Hi Libra, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me on the Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Libra for this coming week. Today is Thursday, August 13th, 2020. So this is a general love reading, and that means that it can apply to just about anything in your life, Libra, relationships or otherwise. I also want to remind you to be flexible with the energy. Don't be overly concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns I'm using to describe them. You can mix and match the roles within the reading. That means that you can be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards. This also means, of course, that you might feel like I'm reading for you, but you could feel like you're cross-watching. Parts of the reading may resonate, other parts may not, so take what does and leave behind what doesn't. My hope is that by the time you finish watching this, you feel like you have something that's helpful and beneficial to you in some way. So Libra, we're going to get started after a couple more shuffles. Carmilla is here. She's hanging out for a while. Sylvester's in the window. He's hanging out in one of his favorite spots. I feel like I'm talking a little bit more quietly because my son is still sleeping. I usually wait until he goes to work in the afternoon, but I felt like doing my readings earlier today, and I haven't done them in a while, and I kind of wanted to start my day with some readings and then get some other things done that I've been wanting to do. So I hope I'm not talking too quietly, but I feel like I need to. Even though he can sleep through a nuclear bomb, I don't know why I'm so concerned, because I'm pretty sure he can't hear me. But anyway, and I do have a mic, by the way. I think the mic has been making a little bit of a difference. You know, it wasn't a very expensive fancy mic, but I think it's helping. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me, I guess is my point. All right, Libra, I'm going to give this deck that last shuffle and a cut, and then we're going to see what's in the cards for Libra for this coming week in August. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Knight of Pentacles and the World. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, Two of Swords, Six of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So, Libra, we have a King and a Queen of Wands on the table. They came out together, side by side. So I do feel like these are two separate people. I want to remind you, male or female, you can embody either one of these cards, either one of these energies. I feel like there's steady progress being made between these two people. I feel like there's a decision that needs to be made, and the decision might be that they need to move past something or get away from something or escape from something. It feels like there's been some kind of decision to get past something or move on from something, or there needs to be a decision to do that. So this King and Queen of Wands have some very positive energy coming off of them. I feel like they're working together and they're moving toward something positive and past something that may have been troublesome or difficult between the two of them. It feels like there might be some progress and maybe a compromise. Maybe a decision to work together. A decision to communicate better. A decision to lay down the swords and start making some progress. it feels like the set of card feels like there's been some kind of compromise or an understanding or a need for a decision to move past something that's been difficult between these two, this King and Queen of Wands. So this King and Queen energy, this can be any kind of relationship. These can be partners, family members, colleagues, co-workers, business partners, friends. These are two very active people. I feel like these two people might be very social, very active, ambitious. The King and Queen of Wands are the type of people that are not afraid of a challenge. They go after what they want. They have leadership qualities. So let's get some more cards out on the table, Libra, and see what else we get for you. Ace of Wands, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, the Moon, the Page of Wands in reverse, the King of Wands came out again, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. By the way, this is the Gilded Tarot, but it's the Gilded Tarot Royale. I switched it out for my regular Gilded Tarot, created by the same person, Ciro, Marchetti, and Barbara Moore. But it's the more colorful version of the cards, Royale. So I have to look at them a little more closely because I don't recognize the images right off the bat like I do with my other set. So again, I get the sense that there was some kind of imbalance or something that these two, this King and this Queen of Wands, needed to get past. And I feel like there could be a new beginning on the horizon, or they're moving toward this compromise or this new start. It feels like a fresh start. I think that there has been some conflict in the past with these two. But I think that there's an attempt to close this out, or maybe come to terms, or just leave it in the past. It feels more than anything that like it's maybe there was an inability to come to terms or to compromise, and it's just maybe an agreement to leave something in the past. I think this King of Wands wants to work with this Queen of Wands. With this Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords coming out, clarifying these two energies, the King and Queen of Wands, I feel like there may have been some harsh words spoken between the two of these people, or possibly some drama or some conflict. Again, that I think that at least the King wants to get past, wants to move on from, wants to have a fresh start. But this Queen, I think there's some things that have gone on unsaid that she might need to get off her chest before before there's this ability to move past this. I feel like there's something that's gone on unsaid, or something that she needs to get off her chest, or something that she needs to talk about. There may not be a compromise. Maybe there's been a realization that there isn't going to be a compromise, but there's this hope to move on past it anyway. Because this King of Wands wants to work with this Queen, maybe wants to collaborate with her, maybe is just tired of whatever has gone on in the past and wants to start getting along. Because there's a sense that, things haven't been working out the way things have been going, and it's time to just let this go and move on. We'll agree to disagree and we'll move on past this. That's what I feel like the King is saying. But I feel like this Queen has something else that she needs to talk about, or something she needs to get off her chest. Maybe something that she can't get past at this point in time. It could be, too, that there is potential for a new start, potential for a new beginning, to move on from whatever went on in the past. And I think this King is definitely willing, but maybe this Queen is a little bit more reluctant. And again, I get the sense that this Queen of Wands has something else on her mind, or something else that she needs to get off her chest before she can move past this, or before they can have this new start, this new beginning. Let's get some more cards out here for you, Libra, and see what else we get. So we have the World again, this time in reverse, with the same set of cards with the World. And then we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Five of Cups, clarifying this Queen. Five of Swords, clarifying this King. Seven of Cups. Nine of Wands in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So I do get the feeling, again, that there is this potential for a new start, a new beginning, but there's something that hasn't been said, or something that hasn't been addressed, and it's something this Queen has on her mind. And I think it's causing her some grief. I think it's something she needs to get out in the open. Maybe she doesn't know how to address it. Maybe she doesn't know how to bring it up. Maybe she's afraid that it's going to cause some more conflict. Maybe she's afraid it's going to reopen some old wounds. Because I feel like it could potentially be some criticism regarding this King of Wands. Some criticism or something negative that he might take personally, or that he might take wrong. So maybe she's avoiding talking about this because she doesn't want to hurt his feelings, or she doesn't want to, again, reopen old wounds. I get the sense that there is, again, this kind of question lingering in the air. Is this going to be something that will ultimately be addressed so that these two can get past this and move on to greener pastures, start again, start over? There might be this question as to whether or not this will ultimately come out in the open, because I feel like there's a reluctance on this Queen's part to talk about it. Right now, I think it's something that's not being addressed. And there is a sense with this Page of Wands, Nine of Wands, that maybe this queen will just throw in the towel and just not address this issue and try to move past it instead of bringing it up. Because I get the feeling like there's this attempt to move on past something, past conflict, and start again, or this desire to work well together, to collaborate, to communicate. I think at least this king wants that. But there is some kind of indication with this Eight of Wands in reverse that there's still something keeping this from happening. And it could be what this queen needs to talk about. This might be something that's been going on for a while. Maybe there is some kind of conflict that's gone on unaddressed for a period of time, and I get the feeling that the king knows, or at least has a hunch about what could be keeping things from moving forward. But to me, it almost feels like it's a waiting game for him. Is she going to bring this up? Is she going to talk about this so we can move past this or not? He feels ready. He feels ready to communicate. At the same time, it feels like he could be... I don't know that he's anticipating like a fight or okay. She just, sorry Libra, she just took a crap on the table. Gotta clean it up. And you're walking through my cards and messing up my reading right now. Oh God, it's a wet one. She didn't crap on my cards, thank goodness. She crapped right next to one of my new ones. That's one thing about birds, and I love her. I really do. I really love Carmilla. I think she's cute. I think she's fun. But birds crap so much. They're just always pooping. And I know she went on the table because she didn't want to crap on me. She was being polite. She's technically being a really good bird. But the poop is just out of control, Libra. It's not smelly. I mean, thank goodness for that. It feels like these two have been making some kind of progress with time. Maybe there's been several conflicts from the past. I think that these two have been able to work through, or are trying to work through. Both of them have pretty positive energy about them, but again, this queen has some negative thoughts going through her head. I think her intentions are positive, but she's still dwelling on something that she probably needs to say out loud. But I get the feeling that there has been this avoidance of communication when there are things that need to be said that could potentially cause conflict or hurt the other person's feelings or cause the other person to feel defensive. And so there's this avoidance of conversation, and I think that's what's probably caused the problem, is that they're not talking about what needs to be said because of the potential that it could cause pain or conflict. But it needs to be said, whatever this is. So let's get some more cards out for Libra and see what else we get. We've got the Lovers in reverse. Temperance. Queen of Pentacles. Five of Cups in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Six of Cups. So we have a Queen of Pentacles on the table. This is the person that this Queen of Wands has on her mind. And this is the person that this Queen of Wands needs to talk about. So whatever is going on in the mind, and I keep saying in the mind because I feel like this Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords in reverse, I think that's indicating that there is a resistance to or lack of or unwillingness to communicate about the situation that's causing this person some grief, some heartache. And I think it has to do with this Queen of Pentacles. I think this Queen of Pentacles is somebody different. Again, I think this is the person that this Queen has on her mind that she wants to talk about. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very loyal, very compassionate, somebody who puts others first. This is typically kind of a maternal energy, somebody who is mothering type figure, could be an actual mother. The Queen of Pentacles is very hardworking, reliable, dependable, honest, trustworthy. And this Queen of Wands is thinking about this individual, and this is the person that she wants to talk about or has on her mind. I think that she would like to resolve this issue, what's ever going on with regard to this person. I can't tell if this is some kind of conflict that this king might have with this Queen of Pentacles, but whatever the case is, it feels like if this Queen of Wands brings this topic up with regard to this person, this Queen of Pentacles, it could cause conflict for this King of Wands. And that's why she's not talking about it. If she is talking about it, if there is conversation, then it is surface level. It could be that there's conversation, but the issue is not being directly addressed or resolved. It's kind of being skirted around. We're skirting around the topic. We're not addressing the real issue. We're not getting to the root of the problem. And again, I get the sense that there's a resistance to communicate because it will reopen old wounds or cause problems. Maybe with, it feels like there could be a group of people, group dynamic involved here. This could be a family situation, but there's other people involved. And I get the feeling like, again, this is kind of being kept under wraps or not talked about because it could reopen old wounds or cause more conflict. However, I get the feeling that if the issue isn't addressed, if it's not talked about, there could be, things might move forward, things might look like they're moving forward and moving along, but there's going to be issues within the relationship itself. Even if things move forward, there will still be unresolved issues that are lingering. I don't feel like this is something that can just be skirted over or avoided or ignored. That's what I'm getting more than anything from these cards, Libra. This is something that I think that it's an uncomfortable situation, and it's something that both parties or all parties involved would like to get past, would like to stop thinking about, would like to move on from. But more than anything, I think this would be an issue for this King of Wands. If things are not talked about or brought out in the open, I think that ultimately it would be an issue more than anything for this King of Wands. So this Queen of Pentacles, I feel, is associated with the Six of Cups energy. Whoever this person is to you, Libra, it's somebody who's significant. This is somebody who is, you could have a soul contract with, soulmate material. Again, I haven't necessarily indicated, Libra, who you are in this reading. You could be either the Queen of Wands, King of Swords. Doesn't matter what your gender. You could be either one of these energies. You could also be this Queen of Pentacles. Both the Queen of Wands and King of Wands kind of have equal, a balanced amount of energy within the set of cards that I'm looking at. So you could be either one of these people. I feel like this person is an external party who is definitely the person that needs to be talked about or addressed with regard to what's going on with this Queen of Wands. But I feel like this person is significant in some way to one or both of these parties, this King and Queen of Wands. Again, these could be family members, friends, social circle, colleagues or co-workers, business partners. Could be any kind of relationship. I'm not necessarily picking up on the specific type of relationship between this Queen of Wands, King of Wands, but they do feel like they are significant people to one another. And this Queen of Pentacles is also significant. So let's get this last round of cards out, Libra, and see if we can't get any more information, and then we'll wrap this up. So we've got the Empress in reverse, the World for the third time in the same set of cards, Chariot in reverse, clarifying this Queen of Wands, Ten of Wands in reverse, the Tower, Hierophant, Nine of Wands in reverse again, and then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so Libra, this is something that needs to be addressed. This is something that needs to be talked about. And for some reason, I get the feeling that the Queen of Wands is responsible for initiating the conversation or bringing this up or talking about the situation with the King of Wands. There's a sense that if this issue isn't addressed, that this Queen of Wands may have trouble moving past this or may not be able to move on from this. With the Chariot in reverse, again, this feels big. This feels like something that you can't ignore, that you can't avoid. You can't just sweep this under the rug and move on. This is something big, at least for this Queen of Wands. Well, I feel like it's big for both, but I feel like this person, this Queen of Wands, is the person who needs to talk about this or address the issue. For some reason, I get the feeling that This King of Wands, I think, would like to drop it all and just leave it in the past. I don't know. I don't get the sense that this King of Wands has the ability to, or he feels stuck with not being able to communicate, or he feels almost stuck with whatever decision is made by this Queen of Wands, whatever she decides to do or whatever she decides to say, or how, the communication rests on her shoulders for some reason. I'm gonna end my interpretation of these cards here. I'm gonna try to simplify it because I think that there's a lot going on here, but I'm having a hard time, especially with this set of cards over here, interpreting what's going on with this King of Wands, because for some reason it feels like whatever's going on, the ball is in this Queen's court and she's the one who needs to address it. She's the one who needs to talk about it. It feels like she needs to be the one who makes a decision about something with regard to this Queen of Pentacles. I think that there is this sense in these cards that things are going to move forward regardless. Things are moving forward. It's almost like the clock is ticking, and this issue that feels like it's floating in the air. It's just like hanging above their heads. This Queen of Wands, I feel like she knows. If she knows that if she doesn't address this issue, things may move forward, but there will be more significant problems within this connection, this relationship, until this issue is addressed. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be balanced out. It needs to be fixed. This is an issue I feel like has gone on for some time, and it needs to come to an end, or it needs to be closed out. I don't know if that was a simplified the message. I keep feeling like there's more to this story, and I'm having a hard time interpreting it. And I know it doesn't sound complicated from that side of the TV. I mean, I could really simplify this message, but I feel like there's a lot more going on here. Here's the message in a nutshell, Libra. If you're this Queen of Wands, you need to talk about this issue. It can't be avoided. It may be uncomfortable. It needs to come out in the open. It needs to be addressed. It's going to damage this relationship in a significant way if this is not brought out in the open. I don't think that this relationship is going to end. I don't think that there's going to be some catastrophic event where these two part ways. It doesn't feel like that kind of thing to me. It feels more like there will be this inability to make progress within the relationship. I think that there's a lot of potential between this King of Wands and Queen of Wands. It's a significant relationship, and I think that there's a lot of potential between these two. But if this issue is not addressed, things will move forward and there will be a fresh start. but there's still going to be lingering problems that are ultimately going to keep this relationship at a level that ultimately will hurt the connection if this issue is addressed. I think that there'll be very positive things that come out of it. And I pulled the Two of Wands, which actually was also the very last card that came out in your reading, but it came out in reverse. So I think this really is a choice regarding where does this connection go from here and what kind of form does it take? Is it going to be this kind of connection or this kind of connection? It's still a connection. It's still significant to you. It's still a soulmate individual. This is still somebody that you're meant to be, that's meant to be in your life, that's meant to cross your path, that you're meant to have some life experiences with. But it, you know, if this issue isn't addressed, then what does this look like for Libra ultimately with this connection? This Two of Wands is a very positive card. It's about partnerships, collaboration, which I feel is what this whole reading is about. So I'm going to read this card and then we're going to wrap this up. It's about half a page. Okay, Libra, here we go. The Two of Fire represents partnership and aligning yourself with another who shares your goals and visions in order to make an idea a reality. It symbolizes a power-sharing situation where two people with mutual interests work together because together they have more of a chance of success in achieving their ambitions than they would if they had worked alone. The Two of Fire represents teamwork and working together in a harmonious way. Division of labor is natural and organic, as each has different but equal strengths that, when brought together, create a stronger and united whole. It signifies an equal exchange of energy where both parties derive the same reward and satisfaction. Do you have a goal or outcome you wish to manifest but cannot accomplish without assistance? When the Two of Fire appears in your reading, it represents an opportunity to work with someone in a collaborative way that may allow you both to make thought a reality. Whether that person comes to you as a mentor who, by working with you, can teach you much needed skills, or a partner who works with you to have the workload, H-A-L-V-E. In other words, cut it in half. I have a problem with that word because it sounds like have, and it's not have, it's have. There's an L in there. Your shared vision and mutual interests will help you to overcome the obstacles you have found in your path that may be preventing you from moving forward. Now is a time for teamwork. In this situation, two heads are better than one, and two pairs of hands will make lighter work. So again, I've had from the very start, this is a collaboration. This is a team. This Queen and King of Wands is a team of some sort, and they're a very powerful team. This is a power couple. I mean, you can see that in the cards. This is a power couple. Now again, by couple, this could be husband and wife. These could be partners in some way, shape, or form. Could be family members. Does not have to be a romantic partnership, but they are. It's a connection where they could potentially have some very positive things come out of their collaboration and their ability to work together. But this issue that this Queen has on her mind, that at this point in time is not being spoken about, not being talked about. It's up in the air. It's ultimately causing some issues and may cause a tower moment if it's not already, if it doesn't come out in the open, if it's not addressed. It's going to cause some more conflict. So, Queen of Wands, if you're watching this, you need to talk about this. Plain and simple, talk about it. King of Wands, you may or may not know exactly what the issue is all about. I get the sense from this King of Wands, and this is what I've had trouble with, is this sense that he's stuck or he's unable to address the issue, or he's the one who has to walk away from this, or it can't be addressed unless the Queen brings it up, something of that nature. Feels like he has a little bit less control over the situation than this Queen of Wands has. But King of Wands, if you know that there's this issue out there, if you know that this whatever this is needs to be addressed and talked about. I don't see any reason why you can't discuss this issue. If you're this Queen of Pentacles, it feels like you are part of the situation, but I'm not sure if you have any control over what's going on. This person feels significant and at the same time kind of feels removed from the situation, feels like a someone who's not directly involved. So I'm going to leave that here. Libra, I hope this reading was helpful to you. I hope you gained some insight. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Libra.